Now there's a developing story on NSS. And I want to take you back. I want to give you a story. So come with me. Now, the National Service Scheme was established, or it was started in 1973. It was established under the regime of General Ignatius Kutu Echampon through the National Redemption Council Decree 208. This followed earlier ideas for a national youth service program proposed during the Buzia administration in 1969. But it was the Echampon government that implemented and renamed it as the Ghana National Service Scheme. The scheme began as a way to promote national building, national unity, and provide manpower for development projects, such as rural areas, education, and combating issues like illiteracy and unemployment. It was later formalized and made mandatory under the Ghana National Service Scheme Act 1980. That is Act 426. Initially, service duration was 2 years in some periods, but it was reduced to 1 year in 1995, which remains the current requirement for graduates from accredited tertiary institutions. So why am I giving you this story? So there's a young man who was posted online, and then it is criticizing the move of national service for service people who are done with their service to pay 98 Ghana cedis before they can collect their certificates.
I served the nation. So, in what way would this make sense to say, my best serve my certificate, which will indicate that indeed I served the nation. Me coming for the certificate, I now have to pay an additional 98 Ghana cedis, despite all that I have paid. You see, if we should look at things in this way, we should not adjust to everything that comes into our mind, though. That it never started in our time does not mean it cannot end in our time. No. We should find ways to cut off all these kinds of things. I'm not having issue with the 98 Ghana cedis, but I'm having issue with the fact that means members serve now me babeji idea treasure my serve I now have to pay money for it. In other words, it doesn't make sense. I'm not saying you are not sensible. That's not what I'm saying. What I am trying to say is that it doesn't make sense. And I now have to pay money before I get what indeed will show that I served you. This is not reasonable. Do you get it? So we should find means to eliminate.
Initially, I didn't even know that when you finish NSS, you are supposed to take any certificates. You understand? So because of this video, I now get to know that there's something like that. So when you finish NSS, you are supposed to go for your certificate. And then in the video, the young gentleman was describing the issue or the 98 cedis as unreasonable, because why should I serve you for free? I serve the nation for free. And then when I'm done serving the nation, I'm going for my certificates and I'm told to pay 98 Ghana cedis. It doesn't make sense. And then for me, I also side with the gentleman, because why should you pay for NSS when you've served the nation? So it was because of this reason I read why NSS started in the country in the first place. You understand? Because even the salaries given or the commissions given to NSS people are peanuts, like 7 something Ghana cedis, 700 and something Ghana cedis. Then deductions and so many other things. Because even before registrations, monies are paid. Monies are paid during registrations. I didn't start here crying. I said, then for free, I'm going to serve the nation for free. And monies are being paid for registration, some little payments here and there. And then even after serving, I'm supposed to pay another 98 Ghana cedis for what? So the young gentleman is calling on authorities to look into the issue because it doesn't make sense. And then he's saying that he's not saying that authorities are not sensible. Say the thing itself, the 98 Ghana cedis, it doesn't make sense. And then it's not even because the 98 Ghana cedis is expensive. Of course, it is still expensive for some people, you understand, because as a young gentleman, where you school, where you tertiary institution, oko first way, you are going to serve your nation. And then the serving of the nation has become mandatory, because there are certain positions if you want to hold in this country, you have to make sure you provide NSS certificates before you can serve in this country, before you can hold certain positions in the country. So the move to pay 98 Ghana cedis, I don't know. I think during the MPP administration, during the Akufo-Addo administration, we were told some monies were being deducted for some cloth, NSS cloth, and some name be here. You understand? Because at the end of the day, the cloth is not necessary. The NSS itself was introduced because they wanted to impact nation building. They wanted to impact a form of patriotism in young people who are done with school and then waiting for employment. At least when you go in there like that, it gives you a sense of how the working environment feels like, because when you are done with school, you don't know, you went to crèche, primary, JHS, SHS, university. During that time, I'm not sure people were working. I'm not sure we worked. We didn't all work because we had to go to school, and then we didn't know how the job market was like. We didn't know how the working environment was like. So the NSS introduces you to how the working environment feels like, you understand, and then more like prepares you for what is ahead of you. The long years of employment, how it's going to be like and how it's going to feel like. So maybe authorities should have to look into this issue and then tell us why the 98 cedis, why they have to pay 98 Ghana cedis. I know authorities will come explaining, but then because if this issue doesn't escalate, authorities but issues like this have to be explained, because these things are things that I'm sure is not only him, it's not only the guy, it's not only him that is concerned. There are millions of Ghanaians who are concerned about why am I supposed to pay 98 Ghana cedis for this? Today, social media is available for these things, you understand, to voice out to authorities, because we say if Ikari intends say you don't go NSS right now, head office go base why onyo bia mani yina no onyo bia ebe pamo no cry because now we are correct there ebe pamo no say no. But then when you voice out these things on social media and it begins to amass attention, it begins to carry weight, people begin to add their voices, and then it builds up momentum. That is when you see authorities come out trying to explain these things. But then on a reasonable basis, it doesn't make sense, because why should I pay 98 Ghana cedis just to take my certificates? Something I've done for you for free. I've served the nation. As nation, I'm serving some. Then they pay some. Your friend is saying, I don't know if it be insurance, then things. All these things are there. The government takes all this money, small near there. Some parts of those monies goes to the government. At the end of the day, mensa me am my best seven amount to make a yino. Mensa amfa misikansa betua friend is saying certificate fee and as a certificate sika. I don't know how or when this thing started, but even in the video, the guy says if this thing didn't start with us, it doesn't mean it can't end with us. You understand? Adia, mind that me kase yenim Ghana for because now adia started be complaining. No, ban complaining say or no going to mean complain. He has to complain because then maybe one my I know say it has to go into the future. Enya. If it doesn't make sense, now someone has realized it and says no. Let me talk about this. That is why I'm seated here today to talk about the issue. I hope authorities come and explain why this thing is like this, and then they should find a way to eliminate this 98 Ghana cedis. NSS for bre, hey, NSS for the tire. Obi and a 2-month salary you can buy. I think in the past governments crown no be 10 months was a day. The money save no come. Young boy we ye school a oni hweye. Yes NSS mandate robe na afi de usika cry into ya. It dey pain rough. It dey pain wa. Where we even had issues of corruption here. They give to worry them who are before the court of law due to corruptions near the sky adiyemba. Then you would the corruption nkwa. Nyame nkwa ne boafo. Nyam spending nox. Nyango pompe no careful. Nyam spending nox. My name is Loki. This is Let's Cook. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Leave your comments in the comment section. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share the videos as well. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys for watching and being a part of the family. We'll continue giving you premium content and entertaining and educational content, you understand? Give us a thumbs up and then I'll see you in the next one. Voila!